I'm Jalea.
I'm Emma.
And I'm Jalen, and we are Ylag, working in the community in hopes of making a difference. Today we're here with my friend Kyla. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Kyla, and I'm a senior at Northmont High School.
So today we're going to be talking about high school, and we're going to be talking about like stuff you should know going into high school. So would you guys like to start by talking about just like your overall high school experience?
So my overall high school experience has been overwhelming, draining, like mentally it's really hectic, but you gotta really work through it and keep your head on your shoulders, push through, because at the end it's gonna be worth it.
Yeah,
it's gonna be worth it.
I think COVID definitely had an impact, especially because I was at the beginning of all of our high school experiences, so that was something that we had to navigate and go through. But I think coming back, I'm glad that we got a full 2 years, or you got like a full 3 years of high school. So I think adjusting to that and coming back to that definitely overall impacted our high school experience. And I don't know what, in like 3 years, I guess the people won't be able to say that COVID impacted them. And hopefully they don't have anything like that to happen to them in their high school experience, because I think that is something that, especially with like online learning and doing all that at home and not being with people, that's something that definitely, especially for me, impacted me and who I am today, really.
Let's talk about that for a second. How do y'all feel about the online learning? Like, how do y'all feel like that was for y'all?
Terrible. Just because I didn't focus. I couldn't, knowing I'm at home and my bed is right upstairs and I'm downstairs.
Girl, I used to be in my bed on it was bad.
I'm just going to take a little quick little nap. Won't nobody know. Turn my camera off. But, yeah, I'm more of a hands-on learning type of girl. The computer wasn't for me.
I agree.
Yeah, for me, it was a great impact because I went from middle of 8th grade year, COVID hit, boom. Next thing you know it, I'm in high school, don't know anything. And the online learning ain't really for me. Like she said, I'm more of a hands-on, one-on-one person. That right there helps me process and like learn the step-by-step on how to learn. And on the computer, I ain't really do nothing. It was camera off in my bed, just just listening when I hear something, or just
not even listening. I mean, not even like fully listening, just like it's just one in one ear out the other. Like
exactly.
Listening and actually comprehending what the teacher is saying is two completely different things.
Yes.
And I can barely comprehend sometimes in the classroom. So over an iPad and Zoom, that's not gonna. And for us, like, we had almost a full year of high school before COVID happened. So for you and for anybody else listening who didn't have that experience of high school and then just had to jump right into it, I couldn't imagine. Yeah. I literally could not imagine.
And I think another big impact COVID had on me is I'm an extrovert. Like, I love to talk to people. And the environment, like Google Meets, you can't just whisper in somebody's ear about something. Like, it wasn't like that. Literally, it was just me. And then in most classes, I had a group chat where we would be texting, but it's not the same. And I feel like, too, COVID made people so, like, nobody's really as social as they used to be. And everybody, like, we were literally doing this earlier, but you can literally be with, like, a group of people, everybody's just in their phones. And I do this sometimes, but I also, at the same time, I hate it so much because I don't know, I love talking to people. And sometimes it just feels hard to do because it feels like nobody else wants to talk. And I know that's probably not true, but it's just, like, a thing in my brain.
Yes, that's definitely hard because I am an extrovert. I think this generation has, which I sound like somebody older trying to talk about it, but I think we really haven't had to sit with ourselves and our thoughts because we get on YouTube or we get on TikTok and things like that. Yes. So you didn't have that time you go to school, then you can get on your phone, you could distract yourself. But I think during COVID, it was you and your thoughts, and you couldn't really go outside. You wasn't supposed to go outside. You were supposed to stay 6 feet. So I think that was something that I never had to do before, so I had to learn how to really sit with myself and just be okay with myself and my thoughts.
Yeah, so the beginning of COVID for me was rough because I did used to do everything I could to distract myself.
I feel like COVID, like, settled me down a little bit, though. Because I feel like, I'm a real outgoing person. Everybody knows it. So, like, with friends that really wasn't my friends, so I feel like with the COVID, like, it gave me some leverage to, like, be able to push them away. Like, not on the face-to-face, because I'm not going to be rude to you. I'm not going to be mean to you in person. But over, like, some, like, days, if go not talking, I'm like, okay, I'm at a point where I be like, we not talking. That's it. Like I just push you away slowly.
I think COVID taught me that like through junior year and coming back to be more grateful for school. I think COVID actually did help me like persevere. It's because junior year was rough. Junior year was hard.
Junior was so rough.
Taking all these classes and then you coming back from COVID. But I had more of a mindset of I get to be at school, which a lot of us, it's a lot harder to have because who really, like some of us really just don't want to be at school. But I think I was able to like recall like I could be at home on this iPad and not have sleep and not have any interactions, which sounds good and was good at first. And I'm here. I get to be here. I get to go to school. So, and I know it's hard, but if people who are coming into high school can really like soak up the experience and have more of a I get to attitude rather than I have to, it's a lot easier said than done, but it really does change like how your high school experience will unfold.
But it's like school is really like you gotta be built for school, and it's crazy.
When I think about school, I think about just like the social aspect, like all the dances and the games. Like that's what keeps me going. If I just focused on the academics, like I would have been checked out. Like I can't. I have to focus on literally everything else. But that leads me to my next question. Like, what are some of y'all's favorite moments or, like, events or highlights from high school?
I just say, like, I tell, like, the school this all the time. Like, I let them know I appreciate them. Because they played, like, they was a big part of my life. Like, going to school, be, like, laughing and making me laugh. And we just talking. And, like, even with the admin and the teachers, like, it just feel like it's a home.
Yeah.
You know? And it's, like... we not a high school, but we a high school. And sometimes I be having my moments where I be like, dang, I wish I went to a real high school, but, you know, with all the stairs. And so, but I say, like, just, like, the daily laughters and the daily conversations that I have at school.
I think oops, sorry.
Go ahead.
I think, I'm really sorry to interrupt you. I think that at the beginning of senior year, it kind of hit me like, oh, wait. Like, this is the last first day. This is the last...
No, literally.
I was like, the last opportunity. So I think I put myself out there into some things that I probably wouldn't have in my freshman and sophomore year. Like the football games and all the themes and stuff. That's really like a highlight that I will take forever. But I wouldn't have done that freshman or sophomore year. So I think it's really important for people coming in, like, try new things. Get yourself involved because that's really what's going to keep you grounded first off and keep you motivated to continue to want to learn and come to school. But it's also going to help you on like applications and things to have something on your resume or something that you have in school, whether it's like an extracurricular activity or something like that.
Yeah, for me, mine is, you know, building those bonds with the administration and the teachers because those, even though they're older and, you know, they've been through the school, they understand, like, everything that all these students are going through. Not fully because they didn't have that COVID experience, you know, and back then everything was a little different. But it's easy to, like, open up to them and, like talk to them about things. And, like she was saying, like, they make it feel like a home. Because, like, when you have a bad day, like, oh, they're there. And, like, they'll show you the better side of things. And, you know, they're like there for you no matter what. Like every step of the way you need help with something, they're there to help you. They put that time and effort in. And another thing is getting involved with the schools and like joining the sports and the hobbies and like finding myself is what was best.
I think some of my favorite highlights too were just like joining certain clubs. I think like for me, a big part of high school was, like, involving myself within school itself. And there's so many opportunities and stuff I can, like, 100% say I would not have had if I didn't join certain clubs and build connections with certain teachers. And I would never trade that in. Like, I do recommend that if you are going in high school, if you're already in high school, just, like, even if it's just one club, like, find something you like and stick with it because you would be surprised how much it can do for you in the long run.
Connections are definitely important in high school and like networking, and I feel like that's more taught in college rather than it is in high school. But having those teachers who can help you advocate for yourself and help you throughout high school, and also having like those groups, like I said, to put on your like applications and resumes, is really imperative for the future. And you don't realize that until your junior and senior year when you're putting all your stuff together for college or for the military and things like that. But it really will help you in the future for sure.
Yeah. And another thing is, like, your freshman and sophomore year are equally as important as your senior or junior or senior year are. Like, I know there's always probably going to be people who, like, don't take it seriously and then they take it seriously, but, and I've heard this all the time too, and I know not everybody's going to listen, but if you do take one thing from this, try to stay on track all 4 years. Like, I know it might seem like, okay, this first quarter F won't matter, but it can be the difference between having a 3.9 GPA and a 4.0. And, I don't know, like, in the long run, all that stuff does, like, make a difference, even if you don't feel like it will your first day of high school. So I feel like that's just always something to keep in your mind.
I think something that wasn't really stressed to me, which I wish that it was, is that your junior year, and I feel like middle school, that's your time that once you get into high school, that's really when it starts to impact your future. And maybe not as much freshman and sophomore year, but junior and senior year, that's it. That's what's going on your resumes. That's what, and some of your freshman and sophomore stuff may. But junior and senior year, that's when all of the stuff that you've done in your freshman and sophomore year may hurt you or it may help you when you're going into now transitioning into really getting ready for your career and graduating. So it's really important.
So I have a question of, like, what would you tell students, like, transitioning from middle school or just students in general? Like, what is some advice that you would give them to, you know, be willing to open up to the schooling and get involved with the school and not just to themselves?
I think there's a perception that being involved in school is lame, or it's like, oh, you don't have a life, why are you so involved in school? And I think that's stupid, because, like, school, like I said, school gives you so many opportunities. Like, this is really, like, if you want to go to college, like, this is going to be what gets you scholarships. This is going to be like that. And I just feel like it's important to, like I said, even if it's just one thing, you do, just do that, because even if people think you're weird, which I think is stupid, in the long run, you need to be focused on yourself, and that's what's going to benefit you. You shouldn't be so focused on how other people feel or how other people perceive you, because when you're walking that stage, those people are going to be gone. Those people are going to be minding their own business, not worried about what you got going on. So
I would say go in with your head held high and don't let nobody, like, you going to get doubted and you going to get talked down on, but don't let you control you. You determine what's your plan, what's going to happen to your life. So if you let these negative comments and these negative Nancy's tell you how to be or tell you how to live or tell you how you're supposed to be in high school, don't listen to them. Just follow what make you happy in the group that make you happy.
Yeah. I think there's, like, just society now and, like, social media is that, like, we all are supposed to, like, fit into this box and not have any individualization. And I think at the end of the day, you're going to be the person who is going to continue to get up and drive you. Nobody else. It's you. So doing stuff that fulfills you, that motivates you, and keeps you going is ultimately what's most important, because that's really all you have when it's all said and done. And that's who you are, who's going to carry yourself. So find those things, find the people who fulfill you and make you feel good, find the things that make you feel good and fulfill you, regardless whether it's cool or, you know, like you said,
if your friend like it or not.
Right, your friend like it or not. It's really about how you feel and if it fills you up.
And you talking about social media, like, thinking about our screen time conversation earlier, like, it's so important to have something to do outside of social media. Like we were saying, like, I started crocheting. Like, I know you like to read. Like, just something that's not online. Because it's important to get off your phone. It's important to get away and have, like, that you time to just that's really, really helps you realize what you want to do. And that's, like, your first step into, like, embracing your full self and not just doing stuff for other people.
Definitely. If you were told me my freshman year, I would be like a reader. Like, who are you? Like, what do you do?
If you were told me I've been crocheting, like,
come on
whose
now.
grandma am I?
Grandma. Like, you do not have no grandkids. That's like, I don't know. But reading is, like you said, something that can ground me and kind of be an exit out of reality rather than being social media and having, like, to compare myself. Whether you know that you're doing it or not, that's what social media is. And it's not reality. So the more time that you spend on that, and the more time that you let it influence you and be a part of your life, the more it's going to affect you. So I think definitely having something, whether it's crocheting or reading or sports, to go back to, that's not electronics or social media is really important. I have a question. What is something that you guys didn't expect from high school, or like that you weren't fully prepared for?
One of y'all can go first. I'm talking a lot.
Something I wasn't really prepared for is the amount of time and effort that you have to really put forth so that you can push, like, get the courage to push through it. Because there'll be times, and I've had those times where, like, I just sit there like, I don't even want to be here. There's no point in being here. Like, this math class ain't going to help me outside of here. Like, and there's, like, little bits and pieces here and there that's like, what are you even doing here? You could be at home. Like, find something else to do. But then in the back of my head is like, you're here to get your education. You're here to get that diploma. You're here to graduate. You're here to, you know, fulfill your needs and reach for your goals and achieve those goals. And it's difficult. It helps somewhat here and there to, like, take time to yourself and clear your mind, meditate, you know, go do what you enjoy, because you have to prepare yourself mentally. Because if you don't, it's just going to break you easily. Mm-hmm. It really is.
Off that, look like basically what she said. If you don't go, I feel like if you don't go in high school, because you know you going in there with upperclassmen, you going to seniors, freshmen, and sophomores. You going with, you know, just be prepared. I feel like like 8th graders, because I wasn't prepared. I was not prepared at all. I was not ready for the working and then the going to school, and then I was in basketball. So trying to juggle all that, and it's like I never worked the job. I never prioritized my homework. And then, like, with the practice, I feel like I just let it go. You know, I just let school go. I was at a point where I was just like, what's school really doing for me? Like, that's where I was at. But I locked in my junior year. I was like, nah, I can't go outside, because I knew it was something, because, like, I passed, like, every class. And, like, I'll be thinking to myself, like, and I should give, because I'll be like, I made it to my senior year without failing and without none of that. And, like, I feel like I did that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to say I did it all by myself, because, you know, I did have a couple that was like, you got this, go do it. But I did doubt myself, and I was like, I really done made it all the way to senior year without failing, none of that. And, like, knowing, you know, my education history, growing up at school was not, and it's not for me. Yeah. But like I said, you can do it. I can do it. Anybody can do it. You just gotta stay focused. But I was not prepared for the work in with the school after that, and then basketball.
Nobody tells you how hard that it really is to, like, to continue to keep going and really get to graduation. Like, it's hard, especially I feel like for the stuff that we've gone through that maybe other generations haven't gone through.
And we get held to, like, certain standards. Like, we're the next adults. We're going to be the next grannies and grandpas. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like,
I think as women, too, we get held to a higher standard. Because we're going to be the ones, I don't want to say, like, ruling the world or something, but we're going to be the ones making decisions. making decisions, and I think we have more weight on our back than what we realize going into high school.
Yeah. I think for me, the big thing with, like, who you surround yourself with is so important. Like, I call myself surrounding myself with some people who just, like, they love drama, they love the mess. And low-key, I like the drama, too. I like to watch the drama, though. I didn't like to be a part of it. But, you know, inevitably, like, if you're around those people, you're going to get dragged into it. And it's not worth it. It's not fun. It's not cute. And it's just, I don't even know. It's just stupid.
I think understanding, like, the difference between drama and advocating for yourself and taking care of yourself, it doesn't have to be dramatic. If people are treating you away or not, if you don't feel supported or you don't feel good when you're hanging out with other people, or I don't want to say good, but if it doesn't feel right to you, having conversations, like you said in the beginning, people don't have conversations anymore. So making sure that it doesn't have to be dramatic, but making sure that you are surrounding yourself with people who are not gossiping, who are not making you feel or bringing you down or taking you somewhere that you don't want to go, if that makes sense.
You want to be with people who, you know, care about you as a person. I think that's important.
Yeah, who care and listen to you and prioritize you, honestly, as a friend or as a person. Surrounding yourself with those people in high school is really, really important.
It's something I advise, like going into high school, don't try to fit in with those people because it's going to ruin your reputation in general. Like, they'll be doing that, and then people's going to look at you like, oh, hey, you hang with them, you bad news. You don't want that. You want to be yourself, let people come to you. Don't try to feed into it because feeding into it is going to get you in so much drama. Like, you don't need that. You just need to be precise with what you want.
You are what you surround yourself with.
Yes.
And I feel like that's not, like, if there are people who don't align with your views or how you want to be treated or how you want to feel, you got to switch it up. And if they're acting or doing something that you don't feel that you want to be a part of, like you said, that's a reflection, especially to like adults and teachers, that's a reflection of who you are and who you hang out with.
I feel like if they don't even have the decency to open up and try to change, like for the friendship, you know, because some people go to bat for their friendships. I'm one that, like, I try to say my friendship, and I feel like that's a lesson that I learned because not everybody is meant to be called your friend. Not everybody is meant to eat at your table. So, and like, I really didn't fully understand that until like my junior year when I started, like, it's like, okay, I see how you moving, I see how you moving. But I think that's pretty.
So I couldn't tell you you were talking, but I think that's something that's really important to learn. And I feel like that comes with time and just experience, that everyone doesn't deserve to be a part of your space or have
the glow that you glow.
There you go. And the space in your mental or take time really out of your day if they aren't aligned with what you see yourself doing or how you want to feel or who you want to be. That's really important. And the friends in high school are just like, they're your friends. They're, now too, but also they can be different friends. Maybe hang out with a different crowd or meet new people. And maybe joining those extracurricular groups or sports, you meet somebody that you didn't expect yourself to align with, but you do. It's really going outside of your comfort zone.
And I think, too, like, it's important to know, like, obviously no friendship's going to be perfect. Like, you guys are going to have problems. But it's just important to have, like, good communication. And, like, obviously sometimes friendships can be, like, a little tough. But overall, like, a friend is not, like, a friend is somebody who, like, it should just be something that benefits you overall. Like, it should be someone you can lean on. It should be someone, like, even if we argue, like, oh, we'll be cool again. Like, it's fine.
And something else is, like, some friendships, they're friendships, but, like, once school's over, they're not going to be there afterwards. You really know what kind of friendship
everybody's
you
meant
have.
to be permanent. Yeah.
So you have to be willing to, like, sit back and, like, realize that, hey, this person might not be here for me for real. They might be here momentarily, but what about the aftermath? Like, you have to really sit back and choose your friends wisely, because you can't just be like, oh, hey, you're my friend just because I met you that one day. You got to actually get to know them people.
I feel like another thing with friendships is, like, the way friendships make somebody feel. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got a friend that'll boost you up, that'll be like, you got this, you do it, you know what I'm saying? But then, again, you got that friend that's like,
exactly what I was
oh,
saying.
girl, bye, you not going to do that, or you like this, or da-da-this, da-da-da. And I feel like, that's the type of friend, once you get that energy or that, you boot them. You don't even give them a chance to explain themselves or none of that. Because if you sit here doubting me and you're supposed to be my friend and you're supposed to be the person, not supposed to be the person, but supposed to be somebody that influenced me and we do this together, but you doubting me, that ain't.
Another thing that I actually keep with me, like, throughout high school, is that growing up, my mom always said, keep your friends close, but your enemies closer. So you really never know who's really attacking you. So that's why you have to choose your friends wisely.
You got to build who builds you up at the end of the day. Yes, be aware of who builds you up and how people make you feel. Oop, go ahead. You got something to say.
Another thing I was going to say is, like, high school can feel so lonely at times. Like, 100%. It really can. You can feel so alone at times. And that is okay. That is perfectly fine, because at the end of the day, you are not alone. God is on your back. So therefore, it's like you don't even, you don't even need friends going into school. But it would be nice to have that set group of friends that you could keep all 4 years, that you know that'll boost you up and that'll be on your back, but tell you when you're wrong, but still lift you up and tell you you got this and put a smile on your face every day.
We don't have that much time, but I think something that if I was to give any advice about just high school in general, really find something that is outside of yourself that makes a difference. What can you do to help your community and help your school and really make a difference that will ultimately fulfill you, whether it's getting in like environmental stuff or whether it's getting involved in some group at school. Really finding something in your community like Ylag that can help you make a difference and help youth and help the community strive as you're in high school. Something outside of school. School is a huge part of your life these 4 years, but you also have after 3 o'clock. What are you doing to make a difference? What are you doing to help the community so that you know that you're making a change? So definitely get involved in something like Ylag or something in school that can help you and help your community thrive.
I agree. So, does anybody else have any other messages? Alrighty.
I think that's all.
Thank you guys so much for listening, and we will see you next time. Bye.